Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Laura.
Also not Laura. Here as well.
This is Cameron, and we're married. Okay.
Nomine Patri Filii Spiritus Sancti.
As you know, we were recently on the Disney Wonder. It was a 4-night cruise out of San Diego to Cabo and back. And I think it was the third cruise on the Disney Wonder.
Throughs.
Out. So, still all the COVID protocols and everything. We just want to kind of review and debrief that Disney cruise. And when I say recently, I mean we're filming this the day before it goes out. So, what, 3 weeks ago that was?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Time is an illusion.
So we're going off of 3 weeks ago memory. A lot has actually happened since then. So, yeah. What do we want to start with for the review?
Well, it starts with one thing. I don't know why. Doesn't really matter how hard to try to keep that in mind. You don't sign yourself for spend due time.
You're gonna miss. The longer you take, the more of the shark's game you're gonna miss.
That's true.
So.
All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings.
Yeah, getting on board. As you saw, and if you haven't watched any of our Disney cruise vlogs, make sure to go back and watch those.
They'll be linked in the description below.
Yes, before watching this video. Or I guess after. It doesn't matter. You do what you want.
During. Play them all at the same time.
All at the same time.
They'll line up.
So getting on the cruise was super easy, I think.
No.
Well,
I mean, it was easy, but it was time consuming. It was emotionally laborious.
Yes. Except for the waiting, the rest of it was super quick and super easy. But there was the hour and a half that we waited for our test results, and that was a lot of other people too, because something wrong with the lab. But other than that, the boarding process was super simple. Testing was obviously nerve-wracking because testing for certain things, but
got a B minus.
yeah,
is that good?
I got an A.
Oh. Once you're on the ship, we packed extremely light this time. I mean, we'd probably not pack that light again, but we did pack extremely light, so we didn't really have to worry about too much getting to our rooms. There was just a couple bags. We also upgraded our room while there, while in getting on.
Yeah, checking in. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about our room. This time we had a veranda, which meant there was a balcony, and we had a family veranda. So we had a little extra space for a Murphy bed, and it was a huge room, and the balcony itself was awesome, and the double bathrooms, which we were very excited about, but we didn't utilize it very much.
Once or twice. Maybe twice.
I don't do my makeup and hair in the bathrooms on the cruises. I do it like on the desk. So I feel like we didn't really utilize those split bathrooms very often. But it was very nice. We have only had one bathroom everywhere that we have lived together.
Yes.
So it was nice to have a little bit of separation.
My first time having a balcony type. Normally we're in caves inside the boat, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I didn't sleep particularly well on this cruise, which may have just been other life stress or other things, but I didn't do super good on it. I felt like I slept better on the inside. That being said, it was very nice to have the veranda. There were many times we would order foods and then just go sit and stare into the abyss and hope it winked back at us flirtatiously.
I didn't sleep well either, and I think that's also a difference of the 7-night cruise that we did before and the 4-night cruise. 7-night, especially at the beginning of the cruise, you have so much time left. When I got up, I didn't feel like I needed to immediately be upstairs. But like this time, I felt like the minute I was awake, I needed to be doing something and take full advantage of either the balcony or the upstairs, but doing something. So I would wake up a lot in the middle of the night, like, is it daytime yet? Do I get to go outside yet? And I feel like that probably doesn't happen very often on a longer cruise. My mom has asked if we are now ruined for inside rooms, and I don't think we are.
No. I'd be happy to go back into an inside room. I wouldn't turn down a more visually pleasing room with an outside view. But
especially on a longer cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are pros and cons to the balcony and the inside room. We like the dark, but we also like to sit and stare at the abyss. And look for whales. We did see dolphins.
We did see dolphins.
We did see dolphins, so that was a huge plus, I think.
Dining experiences.
Okay, dining experiences.
Food.
You can tell I didn't write anything down for this.
And I helped.
And it's 3 weeks later, so this is going great.
So we went to all the restaurants. You always go to all the restaurants. We did Animators twice, but we also did Tiana's and Triton's, as well as a bunch of the other dining options. I think we ate almost everywhere on the ship.
Almost.
Pretty much. Oh, we did Palo for brunch.
Oh, yeah.
I love Tiana's conceptually, and I love the food that they serve there. I love the entertainment available there. It was the worst dining on the ship this time because it was the night we were leaving, and the whole place shook so much that it was knocking silverware off the table. I mean, we've been in there before and had a better time, but it was so bad. It was so bad.
Yeah.
To the point where I was getting a headache, and I was like, maybe I'm done eating.
Yeah, it was, and I don't know if that had to do with there being less people there too, because I can't imagine someone on a 7-night cruise and Tiana is their rotation that they have the most sitting in that seat.
Yeah, it was partly our location in there. I think it was a rougher getting out of the port and heading south. So it was a combination of a bunch of stuff, but it was
rough. It was rough.
Like I don't think I can remember the food that we had there because I could not pay attention to it.
I did have the pasta, but I regret getting that pasta, and I don't say that very often.
Yeah, and all the food is fantastic. As an important note, like the food.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. My pasta, I didn't like my pasta very much.
The food ranking is like a 7 to 10 on the scale. So if we're saying it's low, it's like a 7. So it's still good.
Some of the best pasta I've ever had, but comparative to what I should have gotten, like the prime rib or the sea bass, which literally everyone else got.
Oh, I got the sea bass. That's right.
Yeah.
Because I'm easily swayed by pop culture, and they had Chilean sea bass in Jurassic Park. So anytime it's on a menu, I order it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, the food was okay for me.
There.
The beignets, fantastic and wonderful. And the dining rotation was a little different for this cruise. And again, I don't know if that's like it for all 4-night cruises or if that was like a COVID thing or something. But normally there's 3 dining rooms and you rotate. So like say you start with Tiana's, Triton's, and then Animator's Palette. Tiana's, Triton's, Animator's Palette. But this time we did Tiana's, Triton's.
Animator's Palette.
No, Tiana's, Triton's, Animator's Palette. We did Triton's
twice.
twice.
Triton's was twice, you're right.
Yeah. So it was Tiana's, Triton's, Animator's Palette. It kind of sucks that we didn't know that ahead of time. I mean, we maybe could have found that out somewhere that it's like that. Because like my mom and her husband had booked Palo originally for the last night because they assumed that we'd be at Tiana's again. They were like, oh, we'll just do it for the last night, and then they ended up switching it to the second to last night because that was our second time at Triton's. So it would have been nice to know that ahead of time, and again, we maybe could have found that out somewhere else, but we just assumed, I guess, our dining rotation. So yeah. And
it was weird because on one of the nights of Triton, we had one of the meals they normally only do when they do the Panama Canal, which was like
international.
It was like an international night with a bunch of stuff, which was very good. Actually,
it was.
I liked it.
It was super good.
And so it must have been a little weird. Shout out to Adem, who was our wait staff head person.
Our wed hater.
Wed hater. Who's our wed hater?
Our head waiter, and Wenna was our assistant waiter.
Yeah. They were both wonderful, although he kept bringing up baklava because he was talking about his Turkish roots. It's to the point where we got off the ship and we had to go find it somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he was great. A lot of times, well, actually, a good couple of times we didn't know what we wanted. He said, bring us something. And he did. It was great.
And he would always bring us stuff from Justin, just in case. And he called everything chicken.
Yeah, no matter what he was serving.
I think chicken. I caught it a couple times in the vlog. He'd like bring our dessert and be like, and the chicken.
And yours is chicken?
Oh, he was funny.
There's a lot of chocolate on this chicken. Yes.
Yes, it's the chicken.
Thank you.
Chicken. Cameron and I always like fall in love with our waitstaff. any cruise, I feel.
Yeah, a part of that is former cast members, and we've definitely worked like food and guest service jobs before, so I think we're a little more susceptible to that. Like, you're the best.
Yeah.
We love you forever.
We
Good
love
job.
you. So we talked about Tiana's, we talked about Triton's, Animator's palette.
Yeah.
I mean, the truffle
So
pasta.
there was a reduction of some of the stuff they normally do in there, partly because it was a shorter cruise, and partly probably because of COVID.
There was no drawing, but I guess that's only your second night. Or on the 7-night cruises. I'm not super positive, but we didn't get to do the animation thing. And Mickey didn't come out during the show, which was sad. But it makes sense. I get it.
Yeah, so, okay, so while we're talking about things positively or negatively, don't typically go too negative. Again, with the context that all of the food was great and it was just varying levels of great that we're comparing it to. Mm-hmm. When speaking specifically to the entertainment at the dining, I like that there's entertainment options. Like the entertainment Tiana's, if the ship wasn't moving around so much, would have been great. They had a wonderful band. I want the man suit that was singing lead. The international night, I think, was Pirates Night at Triton's, and that's a miss, Disney. That show's a miss. Like,
that was funny.
Good A for effort, but it's a bunch of pirates come in and then they lead a rousing cheer of joining you to their pirate crew, which is I could see maybe if you were a kid, it might be entertaining and stuff, but we're not the target audience for it. Yeah. But it was rough.
Really
also,
funny.
What do you do with a lazy pirate? I think was the version,
lazy pirate
rather than drunken sailor.
Yeah.
And like I get it, but don't just do a different song. Don't take the song that has lyrics that are like literally like "Throw him in the brig with the captain's daughter" is one of the lyrics. You don't want that song. I was singing those lyrics very loudly, and I'm sure some children learned some things.
I don't know why they couldn't sing just like yo yo.
Yeah, pirates like any of the songs you have licensed already. Also, Lord bless the head pirate who is trying his best with a pirate accent, but it sounded like non-regional diction saying "mamaties" every other word. It was, like, I don't want to complain about things that much, but that shows a miss.
That was the only miss this time for us.
Yeah. But speaking of entertainment, Segway.
Ooh, nice. The shows we saw were Dream and Frozen. Those were the 2 Broadway shows.
Mm-hmm. Both very good.
Oh, they were so good. I mean, living in next to Disneyland in DCA, we saw the Frozen, what is it called? The Frozen Spectacular or something like that.
I even saw it in tests when it was
rough. Yeah. And this, it's just so fantastic. It definitely compares pretty well to the DCA one.
It is an excellent use of space.
Yes.
Coming from a theatrical background, I mean, they don't have a ton of room on that stage. Mm-hmm. In the way that they kind of move the story along, whereas like the DCA Frozen Spectacular has, huge amounts of props and stuff that can fly and all this stuff. For this show, it's like a portion of it is done with puppets.
Yeah.
To great effect. Cool. Yeah, and so they do a fantastic job for Frozen. And for Dream, it's kind of a
they
review.
Were very creative with the sets on that one.
Mm-hmm. In a way that keeps you engaging. It's not just, I'm going to come out and sing my part now. Yeah. Even some fly work on a ship, which just scares the pants off of me. Yeah.
Good on them.
But everyone did wonderfully in those shows. That was very entertaining. Also, we were still able to drink in the shows. We were wondering about that.
The last cruise we went on was 2019?
I think so.
2018? It wasn't until the second or third night on that cruise that we were sitting down watching a show, and the girls next to us had, I think, a bottle of wine each almost, and they were just pouring their own wine because you can bring bottles of wine onto the ship, or they bought it there. I don't know, but they had bottles of wine and they were just drinking. But we were like, you can do that? So then every night after that, we while getting ready for the show, we would be drinking our bottle of wine and then just kind of bringing down what we have left to the show. And this time we weren't super sure if we could do that, but you could buy drinks at the bar still. So we did that, and we got drinks of the day. I think that was pretty great that you could still do that.
Theater is always better, slightly inebriated.
Yeah.
Not a lot. Respect the show, but you can have a good time.
And the theater was very
spread out.
We felt very safe. You did still wear your mask unless you were actively eating or drinking. And there were, I think, at least 3 rows in between each row, and then 2 seats in between each party. So, yeah, we were super spread out, and there were only 2 shows on a 4-night cruise. So they did each show twice.
Which I liked.
I like that too.
So normally the other nights would have been filled with either other shows or some of the entertainment they'll book. One of the last ones we went on was a comedian juggler or magician person. Mm-hmm. By the way, this is totally unrelated. Never go to a magic show with me. It's the worst experience of your entire life. I'm aware of it.
All the wonder would be lost.
Yeah. I have just enough experience with like illusionist work to be an absolute jerk sitting next to. I saw they did that. They flashed on that one. That one's the worst. Yeah, you don't want to. I'm aware. It's one of my failings.
So we didn't go to the magic show last time, but we did enjoy that there wasn't a show each night, and that they did each show twice, because you didn't feel like on that first night, you didn't feel like, oh, we have to go see Frozen tonight. Mm-hmm. Tonight is the night they do Frozen.
We did second show on both nights.
We did, yeah, we did every other night. So that was really nice to not feel like pressured to go to the show.
We also went to some of the side entertainment options like karaoke.
Oh yeah,
and we went
karaoke
to
was great.
the newlywed game or whatever it's called. Meet your maker.
Meet your maker. Match your mate.
Jesus of Nazareth will come down upon the ship.
Match your Nate. Match your
Nate. A man named Nathan comes out. Well, actually, several of them, and you find which one's yours.
Yeah, match your mate, which was lukewarm.
It wasn't good either, but that was
everyone knew their mate. Like they all got the answers right.
There was nothing risque.
No.
But the karaoke was fantastic.
The karaoke was
the night
so fun.
We went, we had a lot of friends that performed
mm-hmm.
and did very well and owned the room. Also, a lot of hope for humanity in the form of like the middle school, high schoolers.
Kids.
Yeah. Oh. They went up and did like group songs. There was one specific young man who is never going to have a problem in life because he went up and sang Sweet Caroline by himself.
Yeah.
Just owning
and
it.
I think he only knew the chorus.
Yeah, he didn't know much of the
song. He just kind of talked through the verses, and it was so great.
And I was so happy because there was what was the grouping? A gaggle? A cluster? A grip of young fans directly behind us.
Oh yeah, they were cute.
So he's going to do very well in life. Mm-hmm. I'm proud of him. Lindsay Miller performed, and I think was the best of the night.
Lindsay and Michaela.
Yeah, they were both wonderful, but Lindsay takes trophy. Come on. She did Satisfied, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Satisfied.
Yeah, Satisfied. Yeah. And 2 nights before that, Cameron and I were walking around the atrium, and someone was also doing Satisfied, and we were like, you don't sing Satisfied for karaoke. What are you thinking?
Here's the credit I will give them. There's only one way to do karaoke, which is committed. It doesn't matter if you're good or bad. You just gotta. This person threw themselves at this performance.
Yeah, great
to the point where we were walking across the atrium and the confidence came before the sound.
Yeah, and we kept we were telling people about hearing that, and we're like, you don't do Satisfied for karaoke. You just don't do that. And then Lindsay goes up and was like, I'm gonna do Satisfied, and we're like. But no, she killed it. She was wonderful. Super committed. That was so good.
Yeah, that's the thing. And good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
As far as going during a COVIDian times, in these difficult times, in these trying times, in these
unprecedented times.
Man, I can't wait till precedented times.
Yeah.
As far as going, it wasn't bad. I wouldn't have wanted to go 6-8 months ago when they weren't running anyway.
Well, yeah.
But with the protocols in place as far as having to be vaccinated, being tested before you're on the ship, masked anywhere that it would have been an issue, it wasn't a problem, and I was really excited for us to have the experience of being able to have an empty ship to ourselves, pretty much.
Yeah.
So we'll never get that again, but it was worth it to do it.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the last thing to touch on is it worth it
to work it?
To travel, or not to travel, to do a Disney cruise during these times. For us, we say absolutely yes. And we say for us because we don't have kids, and this wasn't our first Disney cruise. So there were some things that we missed, like some of the live music. And there is also an energy, I think, with having more people on the ship, like a good energy. And we missed that a little bit. But other than that, we loved having an empty ship. It was really cool. There was no one in Cabanas. Oh, Cabanas. We only ate there for breakfast once and lunch once, and then we were just kind of over it. Okay, I had to just delete some things on the card. What were we talking about? Oh, Cabanas. We only ate there for breakfast and lunch once.
I feel like last time we were on there, we went there a lot more.
So I think it had, for me, it had to do with the fact that they gave you food.
Right. Yeah. The whole point of going to Cabanas was to not have to engage with people. We both reach our fill of people at a certain point, and I think before it was really nice to be able to just like, I want this, I want to sit down by myself.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
A lot of people that I've seen really like them, like giving you your food. If you saw, I think I showed a little bit of my meal our lunch when we got on. I felt like I couldn't stand there and try to make a decision of what I wanted because they were staring at me.
So and that speaks into why I think when it can go back to buffet, I hope it goes back to buffet. There's an element of varied hedonism going on a cruise that I think is that's why you go on it's why sometimes you go on like a Carnival cruise, because you're not paying for the ultimate luxury in there. You're paying to be debaucherous. Yeah. Like there's an element of being able to just not care as much, and a buffet is kind of the quintessential example of that. Yeah. And if you don't have that, you can't have a plate full of just mac and cheese. Yeah. I mean, you could probably just ask the person, but taking away that barrier of being able to like literally saying, I'm gonna have a plate of chicken tenders with a bucket of ketchup, and I've decided to do that. That's a decision they've taken away from you, or rather they've given an intermediary.
From us specifically. I can't say for everyone else. Us, those that deal with social anxiety, yes. I just felt like even going through, I only went through that first part of the line, and then I didn't go to like the salad bar. I didn't go to the dessert. I didn't go to the seafood because I was like, because I want to stand there and stare at my options for a good 30 seconds before I get...
You just glazed out walleye.
Yeah. And I felt like I couldn't do that because they were just staring at me while I was trying to figure out what I want. So
that also is something to note specifically for this cruise. They were, and it's weird to say, but they were overstaffed. Mm-hmm. And I'm so glad that they were able to come back and work, and I'm not complaining about the overstaffed. I mean, honestly, some of the best service we've ever had on a cruise, because everyone could be so attentive. But there was that element of there's 5 people on you to help you, and it's like I don't know. I don't think we had to wait more than 30 seconds to get a drink anywhere we went.
No.
Which
pool.
Even in great service, like you expect for a bar, like you wait a couple minutes until they're able to come to your table or something like that. No, literally, it was you were in range of a bar and you would just go beverage.
Yeah.
And then come to you.
That was great.
That was wonderful. We took advantage of that.
Yeah. So that was Cabanas. I think that was kind of a tangent from is it worth it?
Let me work it.
Let me work it. Are you going to finish that?
No, I can't because I can't sing backwards.
Oh, okay. Yes, we definitely say it was worth it.
And while we're circling back to food, the dining options on Deck 9.
We always circle back to food.
Always circle back to food. They're awesome.
We also need to talk about Palo.
Yeah, Palo, of course.
Okay.
But like
we still only have 5 minutes.
Don't sleep on the bratwurst. I had that. That was super good. The shawarma's fantastic. They have a whole shawarma section, which I feel like is weird, but it was super good. The drink service, that's one I would actually rather keep. Like them just kind of just standing there to serve you drinks as you're walking by.
They always do that.
Well, no, the fountains, the soft drink fountains.
Oh, like right. That was at Cabanas.
They were serving
they did
those
that at Cabanas,
which was nice. There's a fight happening on hockey. I'm very excited about.
Colorado scored.
Yeah, they did a while back. This is retaliation for that.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, the food options were great on there, and it's really, really nice to be able to just. I want a hamburger at 2 p.m. and I don't have to think about that.
Palo was wonderful. We definitely want to go back when it's a buffet again, of course. But we did the brunch and it was super delicious. I got the goat cheese and dried tomato pizza. flatbread, and it was super delicious.
I had a tray of red meats at one point. I don't know what they were.
Yeah.
They were
You
great.
had veal, and you had... What was the other thing you got?
Oh, so at one point I had veal and a whole pizza, and that was speaking of hedonism.
That was my pizza.
No, I had a pizza too.
What? Oh yeah, on the Palo?
Yeah, it was
you
a Palo.
got pizza too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because there was a moment where I had an entire pizza, and then they also brought out veal next to me, and I'm like, yes, I am the emperor. Thank you.
Yeah, that was...
They were also super down to clown at Palo because we did a lot of stupid stuff there that they were, like, we were sending drinks to other tables, and then at one point we were not dining there and dressed like hobos, and we came back by to try to send something to...
My mom when she was...
To your mom, and they were just like, yeah, no, what do you want to do? Let's do it. Party.
Yeah.
So, good on them. They were down to play stupid.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Palo, yeah, it was great. I don't know if I would go back if it was the same for brunch.
Yeah.
But I would go back if it was the buffet, because an appetizer and dessert buffet is just... There's nothing better. Anything else? We didn't really talk about our excursion, but...
Yeah, no, the excursion was good. I wouldn't do the same excursion again. I think we experienced it, and I would say that it was 75% of the choices in the excursion were great.
Yeah.
There were a couple that was like unnecessary or felt kind of weird. But we had a great time. I really enjoyed the glass blowing museum we went to. Glass blowing factory. We bought a lot of stuff there, more than we thought we were going to.
Yeah.
We have a pumpkin. I'm looking at the pumpkin off screen.
I'll
there's
put
going to be a picture right here.
Yep.
Picture of pumpkin. Pumpkin!
And ornament. Okay.
And Jeff Goldblum. Just because, I mean...
No, I'm not going to
put Jeff Goldblum right here.
I think there's like copyright.
No, you can put Jeff Goldblum right here.
Okay, I will.
Jeff Goldblum. Getting off the ship was easy. We literally
easy.
Yeah, we just dined and then it was time to walk off.
It was too easy to get off the ship. Mad about it.
I think we're still might do a tips and tricks video.
Yeah, there will be more coming. I filmed a video with my mom of why Disney Cruise, because we've done other cruise lines. We've done Disney Cruise. Everyone knows Disney Cruise is a lot more expensive. So why do we do Disney Cruise now versus other cruise lines? And then Cameron and I will do a little bit more prepared tips and tricks.
Because there are things general for cruising. Because this is only my second cruise, and
it's your third cruise.
This is only my third cruise, and there are things I definitely didn't know going into cruising that are like expected of you knowing that you know, and specifically for Disney cruises that are helpful to know. It's not going to take away anything from your experience for not knowing these things, but if you do know it, it's better. Make
sure to like and subscribe to stay tuned for all those videos coming up. We also have some Christmas videos coming up next, which is exciting, I guess.
There's a lot of PVC pipe in this house around us.
Yes, there is.
Because Christmas.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
One last thing. Jeff Goldblum with his shirt unbuttoned from Jurassic Park.
No.
Jeff Goldblum with his shirt unbuttoned from Jurassic Park.
Fine. I didn't delete 1 minute of footage just to get that.
Jeff Goldblum with his shirt off from Jurassic Park.
Okay, bye. I only have 29 minutes left on this card. My name is Laura.
I am not.
But who are you?
I'm Jean Valjean.
24601. What are we doing? Oh. Let's start that again. No. But I only have 28 minutes left.
You said start it
now.
Again. I did.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Yeah!
You were going to say something. This is why I filmed by myself. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another video.
I didn't do anything.
I know.
Odin!
Help.